Welcome to Waypoint X, guys. My name is Judd, and we're going to go over the top 10 things that we learned on our trip all the way to the Rubicon Trail and back. So, stay tuned. Welcome again, guys. My name is Judd, and we want to welcome you to the Waypoint X channel. We really do appreciate all your support. Now, we are going over the top 10 things we learned out on our Rubicon Trail trip. Now, you can go check out all those videos. We'll leave a description of all those videos. I believe there were 6 or more of them that we posted, and we hope you enjoyed them. Now, these are the top 10 tricks and tips that we learned out on the trail. It was an amazing time that we had. I mean, we saw Colorado, Arizona, Moab, the Rubicon Trail, and Las Vegas. We saw many things. It was an amazing time. But these are our top 10 things of things that you wouldn't think about that's going to help your trip be successful and hopefully help you in the future. Now, these are in no particular order, but let's start off with number 1. So number 1 is being flexible. So going out there, traveling in a convoy or traveling by yourself, whether you're getting food or you're getting fuel, always be flexible. Now, I know people have time restraints and you've got to be certain places at certain times, but be flexible. Try to plan ahead. Try to do the best you can, because you never know when a Jeep's going to break down, you get a flat tire, or in our case, one of our good buddies lost oil cooler or transmission cooler line, and we actually had a flat tire too, so on the way there. So a lot of things come into play. Always being flexible is our number 1. So let's go on to number 2. So coming in at number 2 is don't leave anything on your Jeep tires. Now, we were going to the Schneebly Hill Trail, one of the first destinations on our trip, and we were going to throw the drone up in the valley on our way to the trail and get some good quality footage. And we forgot on our way leaving that the camera was on the tire. So do not drive away before you kind of do a 360 of your vehicle. So that is our lesson for number 2. Now, luckily it didn't ruin the entire camera. It only ruined the lens and our microphone. So we were able to get Amazon Prime to ship us one to a hotel further down on our destination. So that's why a lot of our footage was actually shot on a GoPro until the Rubicon Trail. Now, the Rubicon Trail is mostly shot off of our camera, but everything else was the GoPro. So we made it work and we made it happen. But that comes in at number 2 is don't leave things on your tire. Always do a 360. For number 3, long trips are always great with great friends. Now, we had plenty of good friends, had some old ones, our buddy Clayton, and even new ones, Randy and his family, and it was just a blessing to meet all these people, old and new, and to meet their wives and their kids and everything in between. So it was great to have friends on the trip. Now, if you're going to do a trip like this, I encourage you highly to get some friends together, make a trip, make a plan, and go do this. So definitely don't do it alone. Now, granted, we met up with them in Moab. They didn't get to do Schneebly Hill Trail and Moab with us, but the main event was the Rubicon Trail, and they got to experience that with us, and it was just an amazing time with great friends. Coming in at number 4, shower pouches are your best friend. Now, I know that seems crazy, but the shower pouches that we actually bought, we actually used and actually liked them. Now, they were kind of weird for us because, you know, the first time you use something, that it's just kind of like, oh, I don't know about this. But they actually came in handy. So we actually used them the first time after the Moab Trail. We needed to get cleaned up before dinner, didn't have a hotel, and we were actually going to have to travel basically an hour or 2 to our destination for the night. And it was nice after the trail just to kind of clean up, to feel refreshed, and they actually made us feel very refreshed, almost like we had taken a full shower, and I would say it was definitely a plus. So shower pouches are your best friend. So for number 5, we have always have your trash squared away at camp. Now, you're in nature, so nature's going to do its thing. So for our second day, I think it was, out on the Rubicon Trail, we had gathered up all our trash and we had actually put it down near my Jeep. We had put it on a rock. And they had said that there were some bears out there, but we were unsure. So the next morning, we start kind of waking up and start to walk around, and a bear had actually gotten into our buddy's Jeep and gotten all their snacks and the trash was gone. We never saw the bag and we don't know where it went. Actually, a bear actually crawled up into our Jeep, and the box that we had full of our t-shirts actually had claw prints on it with slobber all over it. Now, none of us actually did that. None of us happened to be in the Jeep slobbering over a box in the middle of the night. So it had to be the bear, had actually a claw print in it. It was definitely crazy, so we definitely had to put all of our trash and all of our food in a different location for the second night. So for number 6, always have adequate parking for your trailer. Now, if you're not trailering on your trip, you have nothing to worry about. But for us, being so far away from home, needing to be able to come back at a minute's notice, or just something happening to our Jeep and we needing to get back home, we had to trailer. Now, most of the time, it's no problem, but you never know what kind of hotel or place you're going to be in that you need adequate trailer parking. We were a very long rig. We had a Ford F-350 with a 20-foot trailer, so it was not easy to kind of maneuver that into small hotel parking lots. But go ahead and call those hotels pre-advance and ask if you can leave a trailer. Now, when we went to the Schneebly Hill Trail, we actually needed to leave our truck and trailer past our checkout time in the back of the parking lot, and they didn't have any problem with that. But those are a few things you need to do and think about if you are trailering across the country. So for number 7 is, if you see a gas station, you better stop. Now, for out here in Alabama, there's a gas station on every corner, basically on every exit. But you go out west, you can go miles and miles and never see a thing. So you better get gas or diesel fuel when you need it. Don't pass one because you might not see one for 100 miles or so. And sometimes it might not have gas if you need diesel. So you better stop. For number 8, prepare for the unexpected. Now, just like we talked about earlier, being flexible, prepare for the stuff that might happen. Flat tire, cooler lines. Have those things in place so you can make a quick change of a tire, or you can go to that auto parts store and kind of fix what you need. Being flexible and then also just being prepared will help you with things that are unexpected. Make sure you have those tools and recovery gear and those fluids with you so that when that catastrophic event happens, you're able to keep going. So for number 9, radio communication was key even off the trail. Now, when we did meet up with our buddy Clayton and Randy, we used communication the entire time. Now, we had the handheld radios and we were able to communicate and convoy together, and it was great. Just in the case if somebody got a flat tire or if something happened, even when we were traveling up to get to the Rubicon check-in, I saw the transmission cooler line blow, and that's how we stopped. So having that communication is very key, even on the trail, you know, when you're spotting and you're going over obstacles and you're trying to communicate with each other. But I think it's even more important when you're convoying in a group. So communication is very key. So for number 10, we say plan a day that you have ahead of the trip and a day behind, so that you're there on time and you're back before you need to be. So that way you have a little bit of flexibility just in case something happens, and if nothing happens, you can actually plan something on those days like we did. So we hit the Schneebly Hill Trail and we hit Moab because we had some extra days to play with. Also on the back end, we were able to spend a good amount of time in Colorado and actually make it home before we had to come to work, so we could have one easy day at home unpacking the vehicles and eventually go back to work. But I think it is definitely a necessity to plan a day ahead and a day after. Well, thanks guys for tuning in today. Those were our top 10 tips and tricks about our trip all the way to the Rubicon back. Now, this doesn't encompass everything, but these were our top 10 things in no particular order. We had a great time. Like I said before, go ahead and check out those videos. We'll have those videos in the description below. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button, and hit a bell for some notifications on upcoming videos. We have a ton of things in store for you for the next year. We're really excited about everything that is going on within Waypoint X. With all that being said, we want to know where your next destination is, so leave a comment below, ask us any question you may have, and we hope you have a great day.